So there's a couple of weeks left in the January transfer window, and I'm sure Matt Bloomfield will want to add 1 or 2 faces to this Luton Town squad to help keep us up in the Championship this season. The January transfer window does end on the 3rd of February, so there is enough time to bring 1 or 2 faces to the football club. In this video, I'm going to give you a couple of players that might come to the football club and tell you the areas of the pitch Luton really need to focus on. So let's have a look at the areas of the pitch Luton really need to look at. Now, I had a look at that Wycombe side that play a 4-2-3-1 formation, what's been really successful for Wycombe in League One this year, and 2 areas of the pitch stand out to me. Striker position, having a quick, pacey striker, and also that attacking midfielder position. Right now, I can't give you an answer on who could play as a number 10 for Luton. We've got lots of names, but are those names good enough to play in that particular role? In terms of the other areas of the pitch, I think we're fine. Goalkeeper department, all good. Defenders, all good. We're going to be playing a back 4, so we won't require as many centre backs. Midfielders, I think we're fine with. A wide attacking players, I think we're good. We've got plenty of options now, but that number 10 and also striker position, I do have a few question marks over. Why do I have a question mark over the striker position? Well, Wycombe play with a striker called Richard Kone, who's a very quick, pacey striker, who's got lots of goals so far this season for Wycombe in League One, and none of our strikers are similar to him. In fact, Morris, Elijah Adebayo, Brown are all similar types of strikers, and then you've got Cauley Woodrow, who's slightly different. Now, the joys of playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, you do play with wide attacking players, and Cauley Woodrow and Jacob Brown have played as wide attackers before for Luton and also for previous clubs. So we might utilise those 2 players in particular as wide attackers. And then the other question mark is the attacking midfielder role. We've got a few names that could potentially play it as a number 10. I'm looking at Clark, you've got Chong, Baptiste, if he can actually stay fit, Victor Moses, Zach Nelson. You might even put Liam Walsh there, and I will explain why. Because Cameron Humphreys, who currently plays as the number 10 for Wycombe Wanderers, I feel like he's very similar to Liam Walsh. When I've watched Cameron Humphreys, and I have watched a few games of Wycombe, especially since we've now announced the signing of Matt Bloomfield being our manager, Cameron Humphreys, I think, is a similar player to Liam Walsh in the technical ability, in how they both like to shoot from outside the box, both good passer off the ball. So Liam Walsh might be able to play that particular role, and he might suit it quite well. But the only question mark is the defensive side of Liam Walsh. He loves to dive into tackles too much, which end up getting him suspended. So a striker and attacking midfielder, those are the 2 positions which I think Luton might want to have a look at. So now I'm going to give you a couple of players which Luton might have a look at to try and bring to the football club. Now, one of these players actually plays as a centre back. Now, I know I've been talking about a striker and also an attacking midfielder, but let's get the centre back out of the way. Now, a particular player called Caleb Taylor has been linked to the football club. There has been a report by West Brom. A few West Brom fans have been talking about it online. Caleb Taylor was on loan at Wycombe Wanderers in the first half of the League One season, but he was then recalled back by West Brom. He actually had an amazing season, well, half a season at Wycombe. He played 21 times. He's very good at reading the game. He intercepts the ball quite often. He's a ball-playing centre-half. He's great in the air. He isn't someone that dives into tackles, but he is still a really good tackler of the ball. He was linked to Luton, and I think the links have just come about because, of course, Bloomfield being the Luton Town boss. So we might have a look at this, but I don't think we need to look at defenders. I think we've got plenty. We need to focus on other areas of the pitch, and as we've got quite a big squad now, we need to be careful how many players we bring to the football club. Let's talk about a player which lots of Luton fans would like to bring to the football club. Ever since we've announced Matt Bloomfield as our manager, lots of Luton fans have suggested that we should bring Richard Kone to the football club. Richard Kone is a 21-year-old striker. As I've already mentioned, he's fast. very, very quick. He's played 31 times for Wycombe. He has scored 16 goals. His strengths, his passing ability, his dribbling ability, his finishing, and also what he does off the ball. He offers a lot defensively. His style of play, he likes to do layoffs, especially in a 4-2-3-1 formation with the wide attacking players and also with the number 10. And he's also a threat from set pieces. The one weakness I would say from watching clips of him is he does get knocked off the ball quite often. Holding that ball up, he isn't as good as a Morris, for example. He does have 18 months left on his current contract according to Transfer Market, so Wycombe might want to cash in now. But Luton will not be the only club looking at him. There will be a variety of clubs, especially in the Championship, looking at Richard Kone. There might also be a clause in Matt Bloomfield's contract that says we're not allowed to go for any current Wycombe Wanderers players in the next year or so. So we might not actually be able to bring him to the football club. If we're not able to bring him to the football club, I have found another striker who I do think fits the profile. And he goes by the name of Kyle Joseph. He's a 23-year-old striker who currently plays for Blackpool. Blackpool's style of play and Wycombe's style of play, it isn't miles apart. It's actually quite similar. So I actually do think Kyle Joseph will tick a lot of boxes. He's got 11 goal contributions so far this year. He's played 29 games for Blackpool. One thing I am really impressed from watching him play, from watching League One games, defensive side, very, very good. His work rate is amazing. His finishing is good. His touch, passing isn't too bad. He's strong. I would say he's got a bit of pace. He, of course, isn't going to be as fast as Richard Kone, but I do think he will be quicker than the current players which we've got within our lineup. I also don't think he will cost a lot of money. He also does have 18 months left on his contract. So those are the two strikers which I've picked out. Let's move to the attacking midfielders. A player which we have been linked with who plays as an attacking midfielder, and he goes by the name of Timothy Uma. He's a 20-year-old attacking midfielder who currently plays in Sweden. He plays for a side called IF Elfsborg. There's been a rumoured fee around £4 million. A Swedish report has been putting this out on social media, and Luton are one of the clubs looking at him. But we're not the only one. Sheffield United, there's a few Saudi clubs looking at him, and a few other foreign clubs. I couldn't find much information about this guy, I have to be honest. I spent ages looking for stuff for him, and I can only find like a highlight reel which was on YouTube. And what I can say is he is skillful, he looks very strong on the ball, he's dribbling, and he's a very good passer off the ball. That's the only bit of information I can find, and there's only so much you can judge a player on a highlight reel. However, despite me saying all this, I have seen reports that he's on his way to Slavia Prague, so we look like we've lost out here. Hopefully there could be a potential chance, but it's nice to see that we are looking at an attacking midfielder. So I do think that is an area which Luton have identified and hopefully can resolve before the window does close. If we're unable to get Timothy Uma, I have found another attacking midfielder, and he goes by the name of Justin Devenny. If you don't know who Justin Devenny is, he is a 21-year-old attacking midfielder who currently plays for Crystal Palace. From watching Justin Devenny play in the Premier League, yes, he has played in the Premier League. He started twice and he's made 6 sub appearances. He's very similar to Cameron Humphreys. His first touch, his marking, his positioning, the passing, the composure, the anticipation, the work rate, I think he fits the bill. And this is just going off my football eyes and from what I've seen watching him on TV. Now, Justin Devenny would be a player which we would try and secure on a loan deal, I believe. Now, Crystal Palace might not let him come to the football club, but I think they should. He's currently a fringe player. He's only started twice, 6 sub appearances. If he can do it in the Championship and have a very good, second half of the season for us, and he does well, then Crystal Palace might go, actually, he's ready for Premier League football next year. He's done well in the Championship, he's proved it, now let's play him in the Premier League. But I do see that as more of a short-term solution, and I have to be honest, when I was doing research and trying to find attacking midfielders, especially in England, I didn't have much luck, I have to admit. But Luton, we normally do something with the data, we normally find someone, and without that data in front of me, I'm struggling to figure out what type of players I think could fit in that attacking midfielder role. But like I say, Liam Walsh could be the answer to that if he sorts his discipline out. So that is the end of the video. I've identified 2 areas of the pitch which I feel like Luton need to look at: striker and that attacking midfielder role. I've given you a list of names which could potentially come to the football club. I've also given you a centre half which we might also bring in, despite me not wanting a centre half, and I think we're okay in that department. Let me know down in the comments if there's a player which you would like to bring to the football club. What areas of the pitch do you think Luton need to recruit in? Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like on today's video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Before I end this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my channel members. If you want to become a channel member on my channel, click the link in the description below, or click the join button on my channel, which will give you the option to become a member. If you become a channel member, you get exclusive perks and you help support me as a content creator. I'll see you in the next video.